finally, okay, what's the best piece of advice that you could give a budding up-and-coming singer that's performing in a band?
Probably just to, it sounds cliche, but you have to just go for it. Like, I reckon about 3-4 years ago, I listened back to demos I had, and I couldn't hit any of the range I could now. And it's all like, you've just got to actually go for the notes. You've got to actually believe that you can do it.
Yeah.
And once you've done it, it's more muscle memory to get there. So once you've hit those notes, you know you can hit them. You learn, your muscles, your vocal cords learn to keep hitting them. So it's strange because it's all technique and it's all there, but it's also a mental thing. You know, you've got to have the mental capacity to go, yeah, I'm going to hit these notes, I'm going to sing this high, I'm going to make this tone with my voice. And once you know you can do it, it's more a matter of just learning how to do it with a technique, I guess. So having that mental capacity to say, this is where I'm going to get to is a huge thing. Yeah.
Singing mentally as well too. Now, I tell a lot of my guys that I teach that 75% of singing is up here, especially when a lot of people say, oh, I can't hit this, and like that's banned in my classes. We can't is not used having difficulty. Do you think that's a big thing?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you have to be able to. It's just a matter of learning how to do it. So, as I said, I couldn't hit any of these notes when I first started singing, and even 5-6 years ago, my range was half of what it is.
Yeah.
So it was more a matter of believing that I could hit a note, hitting it once, and then learning how to hit it again, and then it just becomes muscle memory. So, just mentally having that focus and having that thought that yes, you can do it. And
mate, just on that point as well too, it was last year, and you came in and you were fairly sick. And you had a gig, I think, you came in on the Thursday, I think you had a gig on the Friday or Saturday, and you're a bit worried about your voice, you warmed it up and it was okay. I remember you telling me that I had a bit of a warm-up, my voice didn't feel that great, but when I got up on stage, adrenaline kicked in, muscle memory kicked in, and I got through the gig. So I think that's a great piece of advice as well too, is for the folks that are watching out there, is to go away and do that. Because I know that you came in, your voice wasn't that great. I was a little bit sort of sketchy about it. And then I asked you next week, how'd the gig go? I warmed up fine, adrenaline kicked in. Wasn't my absolute best performance, but I got through the gig. Anything else you could sort of elaborate on to do with that?
I think it's also like all your muscles. Like on stage, it's not just your throat that's singing. Your whole body goes into singing. So when I came in here and I was sick, I was lethargic.
Flat. You said you came in. You said I'm flat. I feel flat
today. Just get up on the wrong side of the bed and you're tired, muscly. All your muscles are sore.
Yeah.
When it comes to playing live, maybe a bit of extra effort goes into warming up your muscles. Your legs, your arms, your shoulders. All of it goes into singing. So there might have been a bit more focus on that gig. I had to really get my body up for it, and but once you're up there, you just switch on. You don't think about how sick you were the 2 days earlier. You get up there and you got 45 minutes and you just push through it.
Mate, just on that as well too. We're going from one thing to the next, but it's great here. Limbering up your body, do you do much? Because you're fairly physical on stage. We know you play guitar, but you guys do sort of rock out. Do you stretch out? I know the other guys. A lot of my other guys limber up and stretch out and do some things. Do you do anything like that?
Definitely, man. It's part of my warm up. Like you have to stretch out your muscles because once you get up there, if you're feeling a little bit flat, your voice feels a little bit flat as well. So as I said, your whole body goes into singing. It's not just your throat and your stomach and it's the whole thing. It's I stand about good 5-10 minutes star jumps and sit-ups and stretches and whatever it takes just a couple of runs up and down the the hallway or whatever's around, but it all goes into the part of the warm-up.
Beautiful. And again, just backtracking what we're doing, obviously when you're sick, the adrenaline kicks in, and do you feel it building up before the show, or is it like is there a big shot when you get on stage and the crowd's there and you hit the first chord, or do you feel is there a build up before the show? What do you feel with that?
I'm a bit of a perfectionist on gig day. I over plan a lot of things. And 6-7 hours before the gig, I'm getting the set lists ready and stuff like that. So for me, it's the day of the gig is the adrenaline. Like, I'm always just on high, yeah.
Yeah.
On gig day, like, whether I was sick the day before, on gig day, I don't think I'm just there working. Like,
Yeah.
So, you know, and then, you know, a few hours before the gig, you do settle down and you have to relax, otherwise you lose your mind. But
Yeah.
so that's my quiet time and relaxed time, and then, but you know, gig days for me are always on that high. Like, I'm always thinking,
Yeah.
ready to go, kind of thing. So
Does it go to the next level when you walk on stage? Like, you know, it's like white line fever. You know, cross that line and it goes to the next level.
Especially at a big show like we did, like the shows we did over in Europe, and even Hard Rock Hell, which we were on stage 2 of Hard Rock Hell, and it was huge, man. We walked in and
just on that, sorry to butt in there. Were you more nervous? Did you feel nervous? Do you ever feel, you know, like you're playing shows at the SBL, I'm nervous, but is that the next level there? Do you go at this massive crowd, outdoor,
yeah.
Do you just go, wow?
We were on at the same time as Queensryche, and they were running a little bit behind time on stage 1. And Queensryche were going on at the exact same time as us, and we're like, oh man, this crap, you know, like, we want to steal a bit of their crowd, and they're like, for me, I forgot about singing for about half an hour. I was running around, you know, making sure everything was in place, and
yeah,
you know, is this stage still on time? Is this, you know, what's going on here? You know, I don't think I spent more than 5 minutes in the band room. I was in the hallways and the backstage area there, and it's a big camping site as well. So there's, you know, people running around everywhere. It's huge, Hard Rock Hell. So, like, for that gig, I don't remember much before the gig anyway. So,
yeah.
But going on the stage, and then you see the crowd, and the crowd built and built. By the end, it was full. You couldn't. The crowd was just to the end. You couldn't see it. So
yeah,
it was you know, and we were on pretty late too. So everyone was drunk in the crowd, and
yeah,
it's a weird thing, because I remember being there. I remember watching the crowd, but I don't remember much before or after it. Really, it was one of those, you know,
like being in a car accident. Like
yeah. I remember being backstage, yelling at the guy running the stage, going, you know, are we on time or not? And he's like, yeah, we're fine. The other stage is late. And I'm like, I'm yelling at him for it. Like, it's not his fault. He's the stage manager of the stage. It's on time. So, but yeah, it's for those shows, it is a bit of a blur, because everything's going through your mind. You're about to play in front of thousands of people. So
how was that show?
Amazing. We had and we were the headline band on stage 2. So we had a good hour and 15-minute set.
Yeah. And
yeah, it was the 4th last show of our tour. So, and there was so many people there from the other shows in UK. We had the crowd was singing our words, and for us, like, we're like, man, we're on the other side of the world here, and people are singing our songs. So
that's fantastic.
It was crazy. It was a really great experience. Yeah.
That's really, really good. Okay, mate. Again, just backtracking there, just a little, just to do with eating before a gig. I know you said that before a show you prepare for the whole day. What's your eating routine on the day of a show?
I try not to eat too much before the gig, especially right before it, because I mean, you might eat something and it might play up with you, or you know, it might make you feel bloated. So
throw up, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So if anything, I might have something really small about an hour or 2 before the show.
Yeah.
I try to eat something big early in the day to have, so you got the energy through the day. So a big breakfast or something like that, and then something small an hour or 2 before the show.
Yeah.
When you're on tour, you don't really have a choice. Sometimes you're in a van for 8 hours, so you don't really can't really plan your day every day. But you know, and especially after the show, it's really important to eat something big afterwards.
Yeah.
You got to have the energy to get through the rest of the night. So especially, you know, you play an hour on stage. Yeah. You do use a lot of energy.
You got to refuel.
Got to refuel, but definitely before the show, just something small, maybe an hour or so before. But that's it. You don't want to stack on the carbs before it, otherwise you'll won't be feeling very good on stage.
It's going to weigh you down, definitely. And as you've already said in the interview, you stay hydrated through the day as well too. So fantastic. Anything else you want to say to the people out there before we wrap this up, Brad?
Not much, mate. Just hope you like our music, and if you haven't got it, grab it.
Look out for these guys. They're going to be just coming up for 2015. You've got a couple of big things happening for 2015. Obviously, we're going to have the new album release. When's the plan of the release of the new album?
Well, it won't be for a while, because I mean the album's just come out in Europe not long ago, the first one. So I mean, it
came out here in 2013, and in Europe
last year, so 2014. So still only about 6-8 months old over there. So probably we're looking around later in the year, probably around September to release it. We've got a bit of touring here before we get there. I mean, we just signed with Premier Artists, so
fantastic.
That's just new now. So that'll be us covering up here and around Australia for a while, and then we're going back to America and Europe very soon. So
now, are you touring Europe with? Okay, I'm not. I've got the wink then, so I'm not allowed to say who it is. But you're touring Europe
yes, we're touring
anyway.
Europe. We've got a bit coming up, and we've got something in America coming up as well. So we've signed a booking agency over there.
Fantastic.
So we've got a lot coming up.
Look out for these guys touring everywhere. Catch up, definitely catch them. They're a great band. And Brad, thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
really
mate.
appreciate it, mate. Thanks for your time. I know that you're super busy, you're recording, got heaps of things on. But thanks for coming in. Really appreciate your time. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.
Well.